for hundreds and thousands of years. We used to entertain and educate each other through storytelling. We used to sit around fires, or even our parents and grandparents used to sit and listen to fireside chats with President Roosevelt. And my mom was one of the greatest storytellers I knew. She used to come into my third grade class dressed just like this in a purple gown and a flower headdress. And she would tell us stories about wizards and warlocks and fairies. And it just inspired our imagination. And so that's one thing I want to continue. And that's why I welcome you to Storytimes with Shaggy. Now, back in college, I came across a story called the 420 Code. Now, this was anonymously put out by the Stoner on Reddit. It's the 4 virtues and the 20 rules of thumb, and it's stories of a stoner of ways to be a better person. You do not have to follow the whole code. You do not have to even consume to enjoy the stories. But it's ways to just be better and the reasons we follow the 420 code. Now, a team did pick this book up, or the story, and turn it into a book. You can read it for free at the420code.com, or I really recommend buying some. It supports them, and then it's great gifts to give to friends. It's something very light, easy read, probably about 30 pages, and so I highly recommend giving it to other people. But let's get into it. This background is not quite right, is it? I think we gotta change it up just a little bit. Much better. Before we climb these trees and fly, we say these words for those still dry. But for those that are in a state that's illegal, a country that's illegal, and you are not able to get flour, sorry. The 4 virtues. Alright, so let's begin. Now, before we get started, make sure that you have your bowls, your bongs, your blunts, your joints, whatever you're going to consume, make sure you have it ready. Because when the stoner consumes in here, we're going to spark up too. I don't make the rules. Actually, I do, but it's just like any stoner movie. We got to smoke when they smoke, so it's going to make it better. So, make sure you have whatever you're consuming ready. And let's begin. The stoner went out into the woods and made sure no one was around. Just making sure. He took out a small bag of trees and a pack of rolling papers. He crumbled the trees with his hands and sprinkled them onto the page. He rolled it up and licked it shut and admired what he had made. He smelled it. It smelled great. He struck a match and lit the tip and took a hit. He took a hit. We're going to take a hit. Right. He held the smoke in his lungs and then he let it go. As the smoke poured out of his mouth, he tasted it and smiled. There's a smoker's ethic, a morality of Mary Jane, a testament of trees. This is the 420 Code. It has served us well since the very first hit, and will serve us well until it is embraced by all. And once it is embraced by all, we will no longer need it. The 420 Code consists of 4 virtues and 20 rules of thumb. The 4 virtues are openness, honesty, freedom, and fun. Openness means a welcoming of a new experience. Openness means a receptiveness to new ideas. Openness means that you know that you do not know everything. From openness flows honesty. Honesty does not mean confessing you smoke to the cops. Honesty does not mean you are blunt or rude. Honesty means that you live as you are. Honesty means that you do what you know you should. Honesty means that you are honest, not with others, but with yourself. From honesty flows freedom. Freedom is not freedom from responsibility or consequence. Freedom is the ability to do as you please. If you are open and willing to change your mind, if you are honest with yourself and live as you are, then you are free. Even if you're locked behind bars, you are still yourself. Only you can take away your freedom. From these three flows fun. Fun is the fourth and most important of the virtues. You must not be too serious, for only the worst things are done seriously. Or for all the worst things are done seriously. If others do not accept the code, you must laugh, not cry. If another hurts you, you must not let yourself down. Do not judge others. No one else can fail the code, only you can fail yourself. If people do not live by the code, do not rebuke them, but learn from their mistakes. For it's not by judgment, nor criticism, nor preaching that others are brought to the code, but by fun. The stoner took another hit from his joint and looked around the woods. They are beautiful, speckled with greens and yellows and browns, and the air was thick with mystery and wonder. And so he went, exploring, on the lookout for the 20 rules of thumb. So join me next week as we dive into the 20 rules of thumb.